Hey guys, what's up? Long time no see. I know it's been like a year and a half since I made my last YouTube guide. Where have I been? Lots of traveling, lots of study, that kind of stuff, and streaming every day on Twitch. I really have been neglecting my YouTube channel, so today I have a guide for you. And every week from now on as well, there'll be a new guide being released. So look forward to that. Today, what do I have for you? I have a cannon rush into an immortal shield battery contain / push / all in, whatever you want to call it. It's really good. Let's just hop right in. This is a game that I played very recently. Eternal Empire is my favorite map for this kind of style, and my opponent this game, some barcode Zerg player with like 6,666 MMR. I know, not a coincidence or whatever. Pretty amazing. So this is like a GSL Korean. I don't know who it is, but that's the kind of level that we're talking about. But yeah, so the build that we're going to be doing is a cannon rush, but not in their face, not in their natural. This cannon rush you can do on many maps. Eternal Empire is my favorite. Everdream is also really nice. But you do it off to the third base, off to the side, and you use it to get your Immortals up as quickly as possible. So, what does that mean? It means we don't start with a forge first. We start with a gateway. A gateway and then an assimilator, okay? And now that we're at 16 workers, we'll then rally our next probe to build the forge. Now at the same time, we send our probe out to scout and to build the first cannon. And we send him out, obviously, not down the middle, right? We want to hide this probe. We don't want the Zerg player to see that this probe is coming out early, okay? So we send it around the corners of the map to the third base, which is where we'll be cannoning. So yeah, we build a forge, and then we just rally probes into our gas. And we stop once we have full saturation in the gas and full saturation on our minerals, and no more probes for the rest of the game, unless you want to transition later, but whatever, you guys will pick that up as you learn it. So we start, we build a pylon on the other side of the map, and straight away as our gateway finishes, we build a core, as our gateway finishes. Oh, God, bit sloppy there, but whatever, that's fine. I think the reason is, in this game, his overlord saw our proxy, so I was worried about a drone pool. But I get the cannon down, and the reason why we can do it on this map is, as you can see, in this location, only 2 drones can fit and attack the cannon. So if we wall back here as well, which I'll do in this game, this cannon doesn't die. So that's important. And honestly, I don't know how I beat this drone here. It's pretty insane how I did that. But so yeah, you can do this on any map if you can find a spot where you can wall your cannon in nicely. And if you can't find a spot to wall your cannon in super nicely, just accept that in the unlikely event that they do scout it, or they go 12 full or something like this, and honestly, no Zerg players I play against scout it, so you're probably going to be fine. You know, you might lose it. But if you want to do this build on every map, you can, I think. So yeah, we built a cannon, and then a pylon on the high ground. Now, in a normal game, where we weren't being chased around, and he did pull probes, we wouldn't have built this pylon. This pylon would be down earlier, of course, and then we would scout and steal their gas geyser, ideally. But in this game, he pulled drones. We're a bit short on cash, and we don't really want to lose our probes, so I'm not going to steal the gas geyser in this game. But what do? As soon as our core finishes, we need to build a Robo bay. In this game, I think as well, I built a second cannon. Now, the idea for where our cannons are going in this game, there's 2 thought processes. Because he drone pulled in this game, you know, we have to give up the high ground. We can't do anything there. That's fine. But let's say he didn't, and he's not building spine crawlers. We can actually start building cannons here and build a Robo here. And do the push from inside his main base. So just keep that in the back of your head. But I always do the one on the low ground. So eventually I slowly push my cannons up to here. So it covers into the natural and this ramp. So that's what we're going to be doing. So yeah, because he pulled drones, this game is a bit special in the fact that I am going to lose the high ground. And I will lose this cannon, but in most games I don't lose this cannon. And I'll explain why in a sec. So we start our Robo bay, then a pylon to start the pushing up, and then a shield battery. Now the shield battery is very important, because it will keep this cannon alive. Now, let's say I had the Pylon still here, which in most games I do. In this game, he committed drones to it, so it cost him a lot of money to do that. But in most games, this won't happen. This Pylon provides vision, so a Queen or Spinecrawler can't hit it. They have to kill the Pylon first, and by the time the Pylon is finished, we've built an Observer. So that's the general game plan there. As you can see on this map specifically, I also go to this watchtower, so I can see if there's any run-bys coming. And if there's any run-bys coming, I just add a cannon at home, So I see these Zerglings going out. I'm like, whatever, I'll build a cannon. It's fine. You can definitely afford to build a cannon at home. So yeah, in most games, this cannon would survive, because the first unit we get out of our Robo facility is an Observer. Now, you think this might be really weird. Surely you want to get an Immortal first, right? No. We get an Observer, not only to save this cannon, specifically on this map. We get it so that we can scout if they're going a lair, if they're baneling busting us, if they're massing Zerglings, if they're going Ravagers, And after that, our Observer goes in, has a look, and we just chrono boost out Immortals. In this game, I think I built one too many shield batteries, so my Immortal was a bit late. It's fine, whatever. But build shield batteries, cannons. You essentially want a good spread of cannons, and then the rest to be shield batteries. And you want to be pushing with shield batteries forward. But what does our Observer see? Our Observer sees no lair and a roach warren. Okay? What else could it see? It could see no gases or no gas mining, and he's doing a Zergling bust, right? And against Zergling busts, what do? You just need to build cannons and shield batteries and slowly push. Because you're so far ahead in the tech battle, okay? Against Ravagers and no lair, once again, you don't need to build as many cannons and shield batteries. It's more important to get the Immortal count up, so think about that. And against a quick lair, you don't need to build as many shield batteries and cannons, obviously. Okay, and then I'll talk more about the reaction to the lair as we go into this game. Yeah, as we can see, I just slowly keep pushing forward. I'll build 2 Immortals and then a Warp Prism, and I'll just continuously scout. So this guy's pretty good. So just before we get into the crazy micro bit of the game, this guy's pretty good, right? GSL, Korean Zerg. I need to obviously have good micro then, right? But in majority of your guys' games, and in majority of my games, I don't need a micro that insane either. But the micro is really, really fun. So I hope you guys have a lot of fun trying this build out. It's really, really nice. Once again, my Observer is just continuously scouting for a lair, and it would also be used to clear any creep tumors, okay? So if you build a creep tumor here, it dies straight away. If you build a creep tumor here, it dies, okay? This kind of stuff. Use the Observer to clear creep and to scout for a lair. That's all you really need to do with it. Now, as soon as your first Immortal comes out, especially against Ravagers, you can start poking, If he has a lot of Speedlings, be a bit more careful as to not lose them, obviously, and get them surrounded, because you will die then. But against Speedlings, as soon as your Warp Prism comes out, feel free to go. Just go ham, that kind of stuff. So yeah, we keep pushing forward, keep trading, trade our shields, and then, recharge. Really abusing Protoss in this respect. We finally do see a lair. So, my thought process with the lair is, what could it be? Well, it could be 3 things. It could be a Nidus Worm, which is going to be the most common reaction, okay? That will be the most common reaction that you see. It could also be Mutalisk. It could also be Swarm Host. Against Mutalisk, you can add like a second gas and get a Spire, this kind of stuff. Build a cannon at home, that kind of stuff. Against Nidus, the most important thing, and that's what I'll discuss in particular against Nidus, because it's probably what you're going to see the most. What you need to do is you need to save a recall energy, so don't chrono boost insane. And once you scout the Nidus, you just recall home an Immortal. Okay? He'll be stuck on bad tech. Your Immortal will patrol your base and deal with any of those Nidus Worms, right? And then eventually you just keep building more and more Immortals. You get so many that you just kill every single Ravager eventually. So I have some nice micro here. It doesn't really matter too much. Just keep your Immortals safe and charged. And always be building Immortals. Come on, bro. Where's your Immortal production? Good. Now, the next piece of advanced micro, I'll call it, this is very tricky, but it really goes a long way, is whenever he corrosive biles a building that is in construction, you need to cancel it. So you'll see it here. He corrosive biles the shield battery, I cancel it, and then I'll restart it soon enough. Yeah. In this game, he's actually just going to die. This build is insanely strong. 2 Immortals, insanely strong. And once the third comes out, I don't think he can hold anymore. We've been trading really, really efficiently. We've lost what? A probe and some buildings, you know? Yeah, this person all-in'd us pretty hard, you know. They got the lair, but they didn't do anything with it. They mainly just built Ravagers. And here you can see the power of Immortals. It's insane. So there you go. This is a pretty straightforward and easy cannon rush, I believe. And I think it's really fun. And you end up with funny bits like this. And a lot of Zergs BMing you. So that's really good. I just want to say that the general thought process is, if you're being all-in of low tech, so if they build a bunch of spine crawlers and Zerglings, you just need to build more cannons and shield batteries, and build them back and back and back. If they're building Ravagers, then you can build forward, and build Immortals and whatnot, right? If they're going for a Nidus Worm, then you need to build really far forward, and recall 1 Immortal, and then you're safe, and then you're good. So I hope you guys have really enjoyed this guide. If you guys have been watching my stream, I stream daily on twitch.tv/probe_sc2. You'll see that if I get this map against a Zerg player, I'm cannon rushing more times than not, and my chat really seems to like it. So you definitely know, you definitely know that that is a strong style that I recommend. I hope you really enjoy this. Put it in your play. If you want a reaction of how I dealt with Just Mass Zergling Queen, you can check out me versus Risky in DreamHack Summer Oceania Finals, where I won with this build as well. Yeah, in general, I hope you've enjoyed this guide. Like, subscribe, comment, all those good things, you know. And until next time, next week with another guide, tell me what you want to see. Peace out, everybody.